Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So here in today's video, we're going to be focused on talking about how to draw just about anything, or where it comes from, drawing just about anything, especially for beginners. So in drawing, everything pretty much starts from drawing from basic shapes. And now when I say basic shapes, we've got a basic shape like a square, okay, a triangle, rectangle, or maybe a circle, okay? So drawing pretty much starts from working with the initial basic shapes. So what I'm going to recommend here for beginners is, or those who are, wanting to start off and learn how to draw, is to get yourself a decent sketch pad or sketchbook, okay? Carry it with you. When you have a little free time, open it up, find a clean sheet of paper, maybe even a quiet area, and just doodle around with, getting yourself in the habit of just doodling around and just doing sketching in, basic shapes, square. And when you do this, make them different sizes, overlap them, but sketch them in lightly. Okay, and there's a rule behind that, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on in another video. And just have a little fun with it, right? You can manipulate them, etc., etc. Or you have to circle and overlap them, small sizes, and just doodle around with that in your sketch pad. This will kind of get you into the habit of being able to sharpen your eyes when it comes to drawing with photos or something from a magazine or a book. Being able to, look right into it and find a line and follow the lines and create the basic shapes. And once you have the basic shapes, what do we do? Then we kind of rearrange or manipulate and reform that line to get it to a full satisfaction to where we're like finalizing our drawings. So again, doodle around on your sketch pad with just different shapes, different basic shapes, and getting into the practice of that. I remember when I was a kid, especially like when I was, in the summertime when I was out of school, I couldn't wait to wake up and find something very, simplified that I could look at and just, sketch it and play around with it. So get into that habit. It's will get you going and kind of grow your passion and your skill set for drawing as well. Now, when we draw our basic shapes, we go in and then we start to shade it. We start to shade the areas, and we have different leads. I've got a darker lead here, or heavier set lead here, to where we get a darker value out of that as well. So again, get a sketch pad, doodle around with some basic shapes, and then you can also, here's another idea for beginners, is once you get into the habit or the practice of doodling around with some basic shapes, another good practice could be is you can take a book, or you know, an image from a book or a magazine, and just for practice purposes, you know, you can take your pencil and just kind of go around the outline of that shape, so you can kind of get a feel of how these lines are formed. Okay, so you can just kind of doodle around with different images and magazines, books, or whatever have you, and just take your pencil and just follow the outline of the drawing or the shape, and get into the habit of creating these freeform lines. Once you get into, you know, doing more freeform lines, or just kind of, you know, tracing them in a sense, you'll kind of start to grow more on taking a basic shape and being able to manipulate that shape again to finalize that line within your drawing. And again, then, you know, what as artists we do is, once we do have our final lines, then we go in and we add our different values of shading here, where you can see in this drawing, we've got some dark, medium, and some light values here. Okay, so this I will share with you all, that this is kind of how I started out with drawing, and you know, eventually, you know, kind of moved on, and you know, it helped to develop my skill set much more and become even a better, you know, illustrator or artist when it comes to drawing. So grab yourself a sketch pad, doodle around with some just basic shape, draw some, you know, sketch in some small shapes, small sizes, larger sizes. You know, and so have some fun with that. Until then, okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on my new postings, and I'll catch you around. See you in the next video.